In the red dust heart of Karamoja, where the horizon shimmered with heat haze, Dr. Amina Okoro didn't see a barren landscape. She saw a massive, untapped laboratory. Amina's quest hadn't started in the prestigious halls of Oxford or the high-tech labs of Nairobi. It began under a baobab tree with a broken transistor radio and a question. Why does the rain stop when we need it most? The spark of the quest. By 30, Amina had earned the nickname the Rainmaker, though she dealt in data, not magic. Her obsession was synthetic biology and climatology. While her peers were focused on Silicon Valley software, Amina was looking at the genetic resilience of the resurrection plant, a local shrub that could survive years of dehydration, appearing dead until a single drop of water brought it back to life. Her goal was ambitious, to code that same resilience into the staple crops of her village. The Midnight Lab. Amina's laboratory was a converted shipping container powered by a patchwork of solar panels and sheer willpower. Inside, the hum of sequencers competed with the nightly chorus of cicadas. Her journey wasn't a straight line, it was a series of brilliant failures. The 2023 blight, a promising grain variant, grew twice as fast but collapsed under its own weight. The soil saturation bug, a biofertilizer, worked perfectly in the lab but was neutralized by the high alkaline levels of the local soil. The funding gap, countless nights spent filling out grant applications, only to be told her vision was too localized. But for Amina, every no was just a variable to be adjusted. She didn't view science as a career, she viewed it as a conversation with the continent. The breakthrough. One Tuesday at 3:00 a.m., the monitor blinked. A sequence of CRISPR-edited millet seeds, variant 74B, had survived a simulated 40-day drought and resumed growth within 6 hours of hydration. She hadn't just made a plant, she had unlocked a survival mechanism that could feed millions. Science is not a destination, she wrote in her journal that night. It is the act of refusing to accept that impossible is a final answer. My ancestors studied the stars to navigate, I study the DNA to survive. The unending horizon. The success of 74B brought the world to her door. Investors arrived with sleek suits and talk of scaling up and monetization. Amina, however, remained focused on the next horizon. Her quest had already shifted. Now she was looking at the desalination properties of mangrove roots, wondering if she could create a natural filtration system for the coastal communities. As she stood on the edge of the Rift Valley watching the sun rise, Amina knew her work would never truly be finished. There would always be a new pest, a shifting climate, or a curious child asking why under a tree. And as long as those questions existed, she would be there, pipette in hand, chasing the light of the next discovery.